Hi there, this is Bridget from the Planner Speechie. Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to be planning for the last week of March. This is going to be the second half of March. I'm actually splitting this week into two separate spreads because I am having a procedure done for the first half of the week, and then the second half of the week is going to be this. This is a really lovely kit from LynnerDesigns called Junkie. I was actually going to use this kit in October, and then people voted for me to use the Stars Hollow kit instead. So I said I would be bringing this back, and I promised, and here it is. So I'm just going to walk you through it. I did print this myself, so you can check this out. I know that Lynn does offer this on her website as a printed kit. However, she's on maternity leave right now, so you won't be able to get it for some time. But I do love true crime, so I thought this would be a really fun kit to use. It's kind of weird to say that because when you're a true crime person, you're like a little bit of a voyeur. It says, "Get in, loser, we're solving cold cases." I thought that was kind of funny. So the colors in this kit are actually pretty bright for a true crime kit. I actually have another true crime art set that is a much more subdued and has more of a Law and Order feel to it. But anyway, so this is the full kit. There were actually some pages that I did not print. So, but I do have a lot of fun goodies to go with this one. So I'm actually going to be using four different foils for this. So I do have this sampler from Planner. This is Shattered Red. And then Honeybee Plans. This was her freebie. This was a freebie I got from an order. I believe the foil for this is Coral, but it's kind of a red. It's sort of a matte red, and then it was in this foil of the month, which I thought was kind of fun. It sort of looks like balloons. I have these samplers from Carly Plans for February, and I think this was a $30 freebie, and she doesn't actually make in this paper anymore. It's kind of a vinyl-y paper, but these match this colorway. I also have this color of the month color from Pink Planner Co. This is number 5 in red solid, and actually have all of these. And then I got this custom in Shattered Red from Planner, so it matches, or is it? It matches this one. So these are the same. And then this is a leftover sheet that I had from Caress Press that I wanted to use the date dots and the hole reinforcers. And then I have a couple of extra scripts here in red. And then this is a crime washi overlay. This foil is corn. So I thought this was kind of fun. I got it because I thought it would look like the yellow tape, although this kit has a lot of yellow in it. And then these are so gross, but also wild. These are bloody underlays. They're so creepy. Like, ew. They're like a little too real. Yuck. So I'm really morbid, and I'm going to be putting all of this together like a true creep. But anyway. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Plan With Me. So originally I had filmed this base laydown as its own video, and I ended up looking at the footage and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a talk over, because there were a lot of moments where I was just pausing, and I'm not very good at talking and laying stuff down at the same time. It's a little hard for me. So shout out to anyone who does Plan With Me's, and you know, if you know, you know. I really like how this came out, and then I realized what I was doing, and I was like, nope, we're just going to use the one. But yeah, so in the original talk through, I talked about my love of true crime and how it's like a little voyeuristic and it's a little creepy, but if you know, you know. Like, it's just fascinating, and I am a voyeur, I guess, but luckily nothing truly awful has ever happened to me like this. But yeah, it's fascinating. I love all the documentaries. I read a lot of mysteries. I used to work at a mystery imprint, so in publishing, so I have a lot of background with mystery and this kind of thing, but I really enjoy all of it. And it's not to say that I want terrible things to happen to people. In fact, you know, that's the worst part of it. I like the mystery aspect. I like solving the case. I like when justice, if you can call it justice, happens. Like I'm into all of that aspect of it. I don't really like the gore or the details or the like nasty aspects, which is why these bloody underlays really creeped me out. They were, when I remember when I opened the package, and I think there's footage, like I think I did it for a film, a sticker haul. I was like, ooh. So this kit is really strange because the colors are like red and blue, but then they're also yellow. It's like surprising. But I thought it was kind of different. I'm just explaining that I've never seen Cold Case Files. I don't watch NCIS. I never watched those kinds of shows. I was a Law & Order original and Law & Order SVU girl from the beginning. Although I haven't seen, I think, really anything beyond season 15 of Law & Order SVU. I kind of stopped in the, you know, right before COVID, I think, is really when I stopped watching it. And now the episodes are so creepy that I'm only comfortable watching the ones where I know how it ends because, like, it's too creepy for me. So, anyway, I really thought the art in this kit was fun and different. I actually have 2 true crime, different sets of art, but I thought this one was unique, and it is exclusive to LynnerDesigns, and you can still get it as a printable. I think she's still on maternity leave, but yeah. So, and I don't know if anyone ever read that book in elementary school or middle school called The Face on the Milk Carton, which was, I think, a made-for-TV movie starring like Kelly Martin years later, but it's about this girl who discovers that she was actually kidnapped as a child, and her parents have been hiding it from her this whole time, and she finds out because she sees a baby picture of herself on a milk carton at school. It's such a creepy premise. Go Carolyn B. Cooney. It's amazing that I remember all that. But anyway, I would never do like charcuterie with crime scene tape, although I did have crime scene tape across my cubicle when I worked in my mystery imprint. Somebody put it there as a joke. So that was kind of strange, but yeah, I never watched Cold Case Files. Sometimes I would watch Bones because my friend loved it, but I really like the documentaries. One of my favorite documentaries on Netflix, I mean, is the Keepers, about the nun. That was really horrific and fascinating. I've watched The Staircase and also the fictionalization of The Staircase. I think The Staircase is on Netflix, and then the fictional aspect of it is on HBO Max. I recently rewatched the Jinx seasons 1 and 2, so that was really interesting. This week, the week that I'm filming this voiceover, is April, like the 3rd week of April, and I just watched the Kid Influencers documentary, which isn't true crime necessarily, although crimes are alluded to. But basically, I'm starting to be skeeved out by social media in general, which is odd that I'm saying this in a voiceover for something I'm filming for YouTube. So YouTube genuinely creeped me out after this. Sorry, YouTube, but also not sorry. One other thing I'll just say really quick before I get into the day by day is that I've noticed that a lot of planner shops and planner people have stopped filming Plan With Me's. A couple of my favorites announced that they were not going to be filming videos anymore. And so for all of you who are watching this and enjoy it, thank you for watching. I just appreciate it, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I feel comfortable. And yeah, so anyway, let's get into the day by day. So I'm starting this week with Thursday. This week is only going to take you from Thursday to Sunday. And I just put a little Carly Plan sticker that says March up above to mark that it is the week of March, since I'm using undated inserts here. And the first thing I'm just going to reference is that on Thursday I had I'm calling it a mental effing breakdown, basically a painkiller that I took at the advice of my doctor the night before. I woke up and my face was all puffy, my hand was all puffy. I basically had an allergic reaction, and I've never taken this kind of painkiller before. It was called tramadol. Anyway, so I freaked out. I had to call the off-service line of at 4 in the morning, and the doctor on call basically said, you should take some Benadryl, see if it will come down. If the swelling doesn't come down, you need to come back into the office so we can take care of you. And I was really nervous because I had no intention of staying out an extra day. So I ended up having Benadryl delivered via Uber Eats, because you can do that, and I was very grateful. So I got my medicine very quickly, and it started to work almost immediately. So that's a great thing to have if you know you or suspect you might have an allergy. Definitely know that you can get drugs delivered to you, like over-the-counter stuff. But anyway, so this week I used Sweet Ava's paper, little true crime guide, to mark that I did speech therapy. I was able to go to work, thank God, so I was okay. I did get some news from my doctor about my procedure the day before, so I'm not going to put that information in here now, but I was just happy. It was so news in my eyes, but then I sort of had a perspective shift. So I just marked that I was grateful for what I had. And then I did treat myself in the afternoon because I was like, it's been a rough week. So I decided to order Panera, and that was fun. And then I did call my mom after work and just gave her sort of a rundown of everything that had happened the day before. But one thing that really bothered me was I thought I had left my Kindle at work, and I was really bummed that I didn't have it for my procedure, because reading on my Kindle sort of keeps me calm. And I figured, oh, I left it at work, I can't find it. Well, I searched my office high and low for this Kindle, and I could not find it. I was really upset because it had library books on it that were going to expire, and I didn't realize how attached to it I was. It's sort of a comfort thing for me, and I really did need it. And so when I couldn't find it, I was really upset. And that sticker is from Once More with Love, and I just wrote that it was missing. And I went back and forth about whether I should just buy a new one, except they're $100. And my husband offered to buy me one, but I was like, that's a lot of money to spend on something that I might be able to find. So we ended up eating leftover McDonald's from the day before, because we'd gotten McDonald's after my procedure. And I just marked that we watched some Silicon Valley, and I used an HBO Max sticker from that color bundle from Pink Diamond Planner Co. Anything that's bright red is going to be from that bundle. So then on Friday, which was the 28th, I just didn't sleep well. I was very panicked and anxious. I had a lot of anxiety about everything that had happened the day before, and I just was not doing well. The cats kind of woke me up in the middle of the night, and so I woke up like every couple of hours. It's just not fun when you're recovering, and I also felt like sick. I've never really had bad side effects from this procedure. I've done it 3 other times before, but this, for some reason, was hitting me differently. So it was trash day, so I did mark that I took the trash out along with recycling. I did have a full day of speech therapy. I could have used a bigger sticker for this, but I just didn't. I ended up using my little speech therapy small sticker. And that custom is from the foil bundle, and it was in a font of the month, so it's no longer available. And then I did mark that I worked on some session notes. I had to do some catch up from the session notes that I missed the previous Wednesday, and then everything else from the day before. And then I was really bad, and I ordered lunch delivered to the school again, and this time I ordered McDonald's, but I ordered the fillet of fish because it was Friday and I wasn't supposed to be eating meat for Lent. And I gotta tell you, the fillet of fish is disgusting. It is not a good meal. I know it was invented for Catholics, specifically for Lent. If you see any like fish dishes that come up a lot in February, March, or April, it's usually because people are not eating meat, but gross. So I used this sticker from the bundle to mark that I did McDonald's, and then that McDonald's sticker is from Carly Plans. The other McDonald's sticker that I used for Thursday, by the way, that was from the sticker party. I should have mentioned that. So I went to the lunchroom to kind of check my inbox for my mail, and you'll never guess what I found sitting in my inbox. My Kindle. My Kindle was right there, and I figured out what the mystery was. So basically, I had put my Kindle into my lunch bag. It wasn't a real lunch bag. It was just a plastic bag from the grocery store that I just put all my lunch stuff in. And what I think happened was the other day, it was Monday, I must have taken everything with me, taken my lunch out, microwaved my lunch, and then left my bag with the Kindle in it right in front of my mailbox. And so I guess somebody must have opened my Kindle and figured out that it was mine somehow. I adjusted this sticker a few times because I was just not happy with the way it was laying down. For some reason, I felt like it was sticking out on the side a lot, and I couldn't figure out why. And I think it's because I put the underlay down a little bit to the left, and so everything was shifted over. But anyway, so I did call my mom after school just to sort of talk through some stuff with her. My husband had a job interview that afternoon while I was on my way home, and so I just stayed out of his way and kind of watched TV. And I did, that sticker is from Beautiful Mess Plans Co. And then I made some dinner for us while he was in the interview, and I can't remember what I made. I'm pretty sure it had meat in it, even though I'd been so good earlier in the day. I didn't want to wait. I think it was turkey cutlets that were going to go bad, and I didn't want to waste that. So we ended up watching, I forget what we watched on Hulu. I know I watched a little bit of Golden Girls, but I think we also watched something else, and now I can't remember what that was. So that is the first half of the second half of the week. And so the second page is just dedicated to the weekend. So the first thing I wanted to mark is that I slept in. And I'm just trying to remember that I knew what I wanted to put down for the second half of Saturday. So I was just laying those things down. But anyway, so getting back to Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, I decided to sleep in. I was pretty wrecked from the night before. I was just really, really tired. Sorry, my cat is chewing on a cord. Could you not, little girl? Thank you. Thank you, baby. Okay. So anyway, that sticker is from the Color of the Day, and that script is from the Foil Font of the Month bundle. And then I just marked that I took some medication. I ended up changing that sticker out because it didn't really fit. But I did have to take some medication that my doctor ordered me to take. And that was really helpful. I forgot to mention that when I took the Benadryl on Thursday morning, I did not get the non-drowsy stuff. I got the regular stuff, and so I was not myself on Thursday. Thankfully, I got to work okay, but I really should have had my husband drive me. I don't know why I didn't ask him to do that. Probably because he had morning meetings, and I didn't realize quite how ill I felt. But anyway, so I decided to put in this like a little bit over the top sticker. It looks like there's a temperature gauge and tissues. Like, I wasn't that sick. I just needed something that was going to work there. So I did get up and I made avocado toast. Avocado toast is my Saturday morning thing, and because I'm a millennial, that's all we do. Except I make it at home, so it's not $15. It's like way less than that. I think altogether with all the ingredients, each meal comes out to about $3 each, which is still pretty expensive for breakfast, but so I decided I wanted to make espresso martini flights for my husband. It's kind of like a thank you for doing all of the sweet things. And so the first thing I did was I went to the liquor store. We have one liquor store in Charlotte, one chain, which is very strange. But and I think I go there maybe like once or twice a year, just because we don't drink a lot these days. So I got some good stuff for the espresso martinis. I tried out a new coffee liqueur called Mr. Black, which I'd read good things about, and then I got some Frangelico and some Baileys, and I just kind of wanted to try something a little different. And I tried to get mascarpone to make like a whipped thing on top, and they ended up being out of it at Publix, which was so weird. But then after that, I went to the library and I got some new books. One of them was this really cool book called Saint of the Narrow Street by William Boyle, which is set in the neighborhood that my husband grew up in the era that he grew up there, and that was kind of cool. So then I went to Publix afterwards, and I got basically all the groceries for the week because I didn't go on my normal Wednesday. And then I got home and I made some iced coffee, and I made the espresso martini flights. We did get Chinese food takeout, and that was really good. I hadn't had Chinese food in a while. It's not as good as New York Chinese food, but it is pretty delicious. So I ended up taking that off because I didn't like the way it looked. It was my husband's choice for movie night. Every Saturday we alternate who gets to pick the movie. And so he picked Congo, which is this movie based on a book by Michael Crichton, and I've forgotten how much I love Michael Crichton books, like really, really good, because he blends like science and thrillers, and it's very cool. So this was interesting. I really enjoyed it, and it was a fun night. So I just replaced that with date night, but yeah, it was Congo. And we had our espresso martinis, and they came out really nice, and it was a good night in. So then on Sunday, the first thing that I marked was that I got up and I read. I think I finished something this day. Hold on, let me check. I have to check what exactly I wrote because I didn't mark it in my thing. And you know what? I didn't mark it in my bullet journal either. So I'm sorry about that. I did finish a book and I can't remember what it was. And that's going to disappoint me. But anyway, so then I got up and I took some medication. And I used this little sort of planner reminder icon from the extras I had left over. And then I did make French press, and we had, I don't think we had pancakes. I think we had leftover something sweet that I got from Publix. Oh, I think I got something from Publix it was a hazelnut crunch cake that I got for free or Frank got for free because it was his half birthday. Publix is weird like that. They'll do those kinds of things. So, but it had like this coconut aftertaste to it that I was not happy about. So then I just marked that I filmed this Plan with Me, which I was very late editing, so that's why you're only seeing it now. And then I did do a ton of laundry. I think I did maybe like 2 or 3 loads of laundry. And that sticker is from the bundle. And then I did watch some TV. I've been watching The Pit, which is an excellent show. I think there were 2 more episodes left at this point, and there was it was like a mass casualty situation, or a mass, not casualty, but a mass victim situation, and so it was a little bit intense of an episode, but it was really good television. I love anything that John Wells produces. I think he's phenomenal. So I just used that little sticker from the bundle and to mark TV time. And then after I did that, I did do a lot of cleaning. So I do most of my cleaning on Sundays. I use this vacuum from the bundle. I don't have a like mop vacuum situation. I just have a regular Bissell vacuum, but it's one specifically made to get cat hair, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I love it. It's so good. And then I use this Scrub Daddy from Carly Plans to mark that I cleaned the kitchen as well. And then after that, I did mark that I FaceTimed with my parents. I FaceTime with them every Sunday. I talk to my mom most days during the week because my dad works from 3 to 11, although he is retiring. And at this point, I thought maybe he was retiring the following week, and turns out he was not. But I ended up having to cut that in half and kind of put those 2 things together. And then I did take a shower, and I used this, like, I don't know, it's like laying out your clothes type thing. So, but that is the whole spread. I think this came out really, really well. And I didn't have a ton of deco for this kit. I could have printed this page twice, but the thing is, these half pages, you get everything if you print it twice, and so I just feel like it's a waste of ink. So instead of having to trim off the top of a ton of things, I just tried to put everything in where it would fit, and I tried to space it so that the things featured on the right-hand side were not duplicated in the deco above, and vice versa. So, but I think that ended up working out really, really well. Yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments, what are your favorite true crime shows, books, anything like that. I'm always looking for new suggestions. I also belong to the Morbidly Curious Book Club, which is more of a scientific bent, but it does have like true crime suggestions in it, and it's a really great book club to be a part of. So it's national chapters. You can join on book clubs. It's either .com or .org. It is free to join, so definitely check that out. Oop. And then this other thing I've been doing lately is I put some of the deco on the side just because it looks so cute, and then I feel like it makes it look a little bit more cohesive. So I did have to trim some of this down. Most of it I think was fine. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and in just a moment you're going to get to see the full spread all together. Such a mess. Such a mess. Okay. Let's zoom out so you can see everything. Oh, it looks so cute. Okay, so here we have the finished spread. I think this came out really, really nicely. This is still bothering me, and it's going to bother me until the end of time. Come what may. If you know the movie I'm referencing, shout it out in the comments. Okay, it's still long and crooked. I give up. Okay, here we go. This is the finished spread. I think it came out super cute. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors of foil on here. But I think it came out really, really nice, and I managed to fill the whole thing out just for 4 days. So I'm glad I had the space to do it. And I will show you what's left of the stuff that is over, so I didn't use as many of these, but I used all of the headers. Didn't even use that many little things. These are all gone, and I didn't use any of the boxes, but I'm not good at cutting these down, so it's probably for the best. Tried to use those, failed both times. So anyway, that is it for this plan with me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a spectacular week and enjoy. Please stay tuned for more videos. Bye.